Afternoon, sir. I was just passing by, and Jiminy Christmas, look at this place. I haven't been this slack-jawed since the Ruskies sent up Sputnik. They sure had us eating humble pie.
Who the hell are you?
The name's Hannigan, and don't worry, I'm not here to sell you any shoe trees. Anyway, oh, sweet Truman's ghost.
What is it?
Why, your shoes, so threadbare and misshapen. Why, that's more shocking than a mixed-race marriage.
Hey! You're a racist!
Glad that's out of the way. So how many shoe trees do you want?
I don't want any shoe trees.
Let me guess, you've been burned by shoe trees in the past. Who hasn't? But as the Navajo mud hut is to the post-war split level, so are your current shoe trees to, that's right, the Excelsior 9000 shoe tree from Shoe Tech. How many crates do you want?
I don't want any shoe trees at all, thank you.
Well, let me guess, you've been burned by shoe trees in the past. Is that right? Well, as the Navajo mud hut whizzed to the post-war split level...
Actually, you said that already, yeah.
So I did. This job has killed the part of my brain that lives in the present.
Okay, that is truly pathetic, then.
Pathetic indeed, but perhaps you could come up with a more wounding term if you use this. Beaujay's thesaurus.
Beaujay's? I've only heard of Roget's thesaurus.
Oh, Roget's is fine if you prefer accuracy over sheer bulk. But if you're looking for half the words at twice the weight, then Beaujay's is simply, what's the synonym for unbeatable? Shiny.
Look, I'm sure that Beaujay's is great, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. I'm hosting a show right now. So...
Showbiz, eh? So what kind of escapist fare are you pumping out of this fantasy factory?
It's a comedy show.
Really? I guess that explains the deafening silence. Maybe you could turn up the chuckle meter with some rib-tickling jokes from the good people at Gagco.
Well, I guess I could always use more jokes, sure.
Hooked another fish. Pops, watch me reel him in.
Who are you talking to?
My late salesman father, killed in his sleep by a shifty Creole prostitute. But back to the jokes. Now,
wow.
What are you in the market for?
Let's see. How about a Schwarzenegger joke?
Okay, get ready to laugh. That Arnold Schwarzenegger sure has a lot of muscles. If he were any more built, he'd come with a two-car garage. What do you think?
Wait a minute, that's it? You didn't even mention the governor's race or all the groping charges?
Ah, so you're a relevance man. How about a Ben and J-Lo knee slapper from our flagship Windsor line?
Okay, Ben and J-Lo. All right, that sounds good. Go ahead.
Okay, loosen up those trousers. You're about to bust a gut. Say, that Ben and J-Lo sure are popular. If their stars got any brighter, they'd put the sun right out of business. Cash or credit?
Neither. That sucked. Look, I don't want to buy anything. We mostly need sketches anyway.
Sketches, eh? Why, that's our bread and butter down at Sketchco.
Sketchco? Don't
worry, it's a division of the Beaujay Company, a subsidiary of Shoe Tech. So you're in good hands. Now, here's a political sketch. You'll have them rolling in gals. It's called the Hat Sketch. Just read the part of the paper boy, and I'll be Average Joe.
Say, mister, why is your hat off?
My hat's off to President Bush for doing such a bang-up job overseas. Hey, look, Joe DiMaggio, and scene.
Wait a minute, that was awful, and for many, many reasons. And you didn't even make fun of President Bush.
That would require questioning authority, a concept as alien to me as sex without weeping.
Okay, you know what? That's just creepy and weird. I think you should leave.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the shoe trees, the Beaujay's thesaurus, the gags from Gagco, the sketch from Sketchco, and one Swedish testicular pleasure bath with full release guaranteed for $12 even.
I'm not going to pay you for a Swedish testicular pleasure bath.
Fine, I'll pay you. Now drop trowel and don't mind my weeping.
All right. Stop it. Get out. Stop it. We'll take a break. Josh Lucas is coming up. No, get out of there.
Good evening, little girl. Is your daddy home?
I'm not a little girl.
Whatever you say, princess. Say, this is quite a place. I haven't been this stunned since Edward R. Murrow went after McCarthy. He sure gave Tail Gunner Joe a kick in the pants.
Okay, who the hell are you?
The name's Hannigan, and I swear on Doris Day's freckles I'm not a traveling salesman. Oh, sweet Cold War tension.
What's the problem?
Why, the top of your desk gets more scuffed up and dirty than a bongo-thumping beatnik. What you need is Doc Shiny's desk polish, keeping desks shiny and sperm counts low since 1898.
Did you say that it lowers sperm counts?
The court orders me to say it, and I'll repeat it. Besides, once this stuff wipes out the ozone, you won't want to bring children into the world.
Well, why would anyone pay for that?
Why did my father pay a man to run me over with a golf cart? Sometimes it's best not to ask.
Okay, would you just get out of here?
Say, you're pretty irritable. Of course, I would be too if I had nose hairs that long.
I don't have long nose hairs.
Are you kidding? I haven't seen weeds that thick since I passed out on Sal Minio's gravestone. Looks like you need one of these. Doc Schnozzy's nose hair clipper from the good people at Schnozco. Stops nose hairs where they start, in the brain.
Wait a minute, it clips your brain?
Only the part that controls racist outbursts. But I've been using it for years and haven't had one single Mexicans. What happened?
Man, you are pathetic.
If it's pathetic to drink a whole pint of vodka every morning, put on your mother's old business suit and spit at your own reflection, then guilty as charged.
Okay, look, can you please stop talking? You're just exhausting me.
Then you should pop some of these. Doc Speedy's Pep Pills from the good people at Pepco, now with even more baboon adrenaline.
Wait a minute, who would take baboon adrenaline?
Well, it's not for everyone, but if you're the kind of guy who likes throwing his feces at a rival male's red incandescent buttocks, then Doc Speedy is your best friend.
Okay, look, you're probably not a bad guy.
Oh, I am. If you recall, I just tried to sell you baboon adrenaline.
Good point. The bottom line is I'm not buying anything.
Okay, drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the desk polish, the nose hair clippers, the Pep Pills, and a 3-hour Hungarian genital scrub for $10 even.
I don't want a 3-hour Hungarian genital scrub.
I do.
Joel?
You don't know what you're missing, Conan. It's been weeks since I had a decent 3-hour Hungarian genital scrub.
Okay, well, just stay out of this, Joel. And as for you... Hey, where'd that salesman go?
Okay, Joel, drop trow and I'll take you to Budapest.
Ah, sweet decadence.
Good evening, ma'am. Is your husband home?
Yeah, I don't have a husband.
Well, don't worry, sister. I'm sure there's a man out there, even for a hideous spinster like yourself. Say, this is quite a place.
It's a television studio?
Wow, I haven't been in one of these since I saw Gleason in The Honeymooners. That Audrey Meadows had quite a caboose.
Okay, who the hell are you?
Hannigan's the name, and sales is the game. Of course, I'm not here to sell you anything. Oh, sweet Ethel Rosenberg.
What is it?
Why, those ears of yours. I haven't seen that much wax since I rooted through the dumpster at Madame Tussauds. You need some of these. Doc Squeaky's cottonless Q-tips from the good people at Tipco, snipping the cotton off regular Q-tips and selling the sticks since 1882.
Well, wait, why would I buy a Q-tip without cotton?
Oh, cotton's fine for people who don't want a punctured eardrum. But if you want to punish your ears for hearing the cruel laughter of a prostitute who just compared your anatomy to a cold baby field mouse, then it's Doc Squeaky's every time.
Wait a minute, will you just get out of here?
Say, you're crankier than Khrushchev during a caviar embargo. You need a vacation. How about a relaxing cruise from the good people at Cruise Co.?
Well, that sounds pretty good. Where to?
To the one and only Hawaiian Island.
The Hawaiian Islands? Are they anything like the Hawaiian Islands?
I'm not sure. Are the Hawaiian Islands a collection of flea-infested sand dunes in a Libyan reservoir?
Okay, well, what would I do on a Libyan reservoir?
Just do what the previous vacationers have done. Try in vain to find shelter, curse my name, and bury your dead. When do you want to leave?
I'm not going there. Look, can you just leave? Listen, I have guests to interview.
Interview, eh? Sounds like you need a musical guest. What if I said I could get you Bob Dylan?
Okay, I'd assume you were lying.
And you'd be right. But I can get you the Stones.
You can get me the Rolling Stones.
Even better, Morty and Isaac Stone, two grizzled old railroad attendants I met in a Catskills VA hospital. Morty claims to play the saw, and Isaac screams when he sees a flat surface. When do you want him?
I don't want them. Besides, we don't need a band. We're mostly a comedy show anyway.
Comedy, eh? Then how about some gut-busting jokes from the good people at Laughco?
Well, I could always use jokes. Do you have anything about Bush or Kerry?
Oh, do I? Listen up. That John Kerry sure is a viable candidate. If he were any more in the running, we'd have to call him Marathon Joe. What do you think?
That sucked.
Oh, so you don't like the smart stuff. How about a non-topical rib tickler from our budget-conscious Norwood line?
Okay, fine.
Okay, get ready to laugh. Boy, that Paris Hilton sure has blonde hair. If those locks were any sunnier, we'd all need Ray-Bans. How many do you want?
Wait a minute, that was terrible. Paris Hilton jokes are supposed to be about sex.
Oh, I see. You like the obvious stuff. Then this one should be right up your alley. Boy, that Reuben Studdard sure looks fat.
Yeah, uh-huh.
That's it. What do you think?
Forget it. Get out of here. I don't want your stupid jokes.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the Q-tips from Tipco, the Cruise from Cruise Co., Morty and Isaac Stone, Bob Dylan, that's a lie, the John Kerry joke, the Paris Hilton joke, and the Reuben Studdard topper, along with a one-of-a-kind rectal citrus wash for just $11.95.
Wait a minute. I don't want any of that stuff, especially a one-of-a-kind rectal citrus wash.
Well, fine. You can give me one. You hold the turkey baster, and I'll shove the grapefruit down my pants.
Oh, my God. I don't want to... No, I don't want... We're going to take a break.
Good evening, sir. Can I please use your phone? I've just been shot in the face.
Oh, my God, you were?
Actually, that was a lie to get my foot in the door. But don't worry, I'm not a traveling salesman.
You're not?
Sorry, another lie to get further in the door. Say, this is quite a place. I haven't been this slack-jawed since I saw Sinatra in From Here to Eternity. That supporting role sure had him eating comeback pie.
Who the hell are you?
Hannigan's the name, and solving your holiday gift-giving needs is the game.
Okay, I don't need any holiday gifts.
Achoo! I'm sorry, I'm allergic to filthy liars. Everybody needs holiday gifts. And who on your gift wouldn't love a bottle of Haley's Irish Cream?
Bailey's Irish Cream?
No. Haley's Irish Cream. Rhyming with Bailey's Irish Cream and lacking all other similarities since 1982.
Okay, thank you very much, but I'll stick with Bailey's, okay?
Oh, Bailey's is fine if you want an irresistible seasonal liqueur. But if you want a hastily relabeled bottle of industrial paint thinner that'll eat through your throat like an angry beaver, it's Haley's all the way.
Okay, now, wait a minute. Why would you sell that stuff?
Why was my father arrested for sleeping nude in Burt Lancaster's Volvo? Some mysteries are best left unsolved.
Okay, look, I'm not buying any Haley's, okay?
You're right, it's a Christmas drink, and today's the day after Thanksgiving. That's why you need a used turkey carcass from the good people at Carcass Co.
Wait, why would anyone buy a used turkey carcass?
To create the illusion you're eating turkey on Thanksgiving instead of huffing methamphetamine in an abandoned laundromat.
God, that is so depressing.
Ah, you're a man of compassion. How'd you like a leather-bound first edition copy of A Christmas Carol?
Wow, you have that?
No, but I do have an 8x10 glossy photo of transvestite prostitute Carol Christmas. She'll have you seeing ghosts.
Okay, no, I don't think so. I don't want the picture of the... no.
Wise choice. The last guy who tried to take that from me woke up on a flop house floor with a sharpened spoon in his neck. See you in hell, sneaky bird.
Okay, would you just get the hell out of here, please?
You're right, I've lost my way. I need to find the real meaning of Christmas. Mind if I use your phone to reconnect with my dear old mother?
That sounds nice. Sure, go ahead. Talk to your
Great,
mother.
thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Here, hold this for me, will you?
Sure, yeah.
Hello, police? Yeah, I found the guy who killed Sneaky Bird. His fingerprints are all over the spoon. He should fry for this.
Oh, wait a minute. Give me that
I'm telling
phone.
you, he's guilty as hell.
Give me that phone.
All right, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the Haley's Irish Cream, the turkey carcass, Doc Stickley's reindeer poison, the Carol Christmas photo, the sharpened spoon I tried to frame you with, and a bootleg video of the Moroccan rowing team using my naked body as a gravy boat.
Forget it. I'm not going to do it.
You're right. Video can't do it justice. I'll drop trow, and you pour the gravy.
No. I don't want to do that. We're taking a break. We'll head back when we get back.
Good evening, old woman. Can I please use your phone?
All right, I'm not an old woman.
Whatever you say, Granny. My, what a lovely home you have. I haven't been this impressed since Bing Crosby starred in The Country Girl. Der Bingle sure showed some acting chops in that timeless weeper.
Who the hell are you?
Well, I'm certainly not a traveling salesman, if that's what you're thinking. No, just a concerned citizen calling authorities to report a terrible accident.
An accident? Well, that's terrible. Go ahead, use the phone.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello, police. I have an emergency. It seems the good people at Galosh Co. were slashing prices on quality rubberized footwear, and now their galoshes are dangerously affordable. What's that? People would be fools not to buy them, and I should get the word out? Can do, officer. You hear that, mothball?
Well, wait a minute, wait. You didn't even dial a number. Besides, you're just trying to sell me galoshes.
Say, you're a cranky spinster, aren't you? Why not sweeten up that sour mood with this? Doc Grandy's habit-forming root beer. Ruining more lives than heroin since 1882.
Wait, it's more addictive than heroin?
You bet. The Chinese call it the devil's orgasm. The first sip's free, and you'd sell your own kids for the second one. I know I did. How many cases you want?
None. Why would anybody buy that stuff?
Why does my illiterate 400-pound wife have conjugal visits with death row inmates? Sometimes it's best not to ask.
All right, listen, would you please leave? You obviously have nothing I want.
How about an HD TV?
An HD TV?
That's right. A half-drunk Tibetan ventriloquist. The only entertainer personally condemned by the Dalai Lama. You won't notice his lips move after he pukes on your shoes.
You know, would you just get lost? I'm trying to do a comedy show here.
Comedy, eh? I heard more laughs during the Cuban Missile Crisis. How about some rib-tickling jokes from the good people at Joke Co.?
You have jokes? Well, I always need jokes. Let's see. You got anything about Condoleezza Rice?
Do I? Hop in the lap taxi. I'll drive you to Funnyville. Boy, that Condoleezza Rice sure got confirmed easily. If that process were any smoother, you could spread it on a muffin. What do you think?
That was terrible.
Too brainy, eh? Maybe you'd prefer some lowbrow fare from our pedestrian Fairmont line.
Okay, fine. You have a Michael Jackson joke?
Only the best one you've ever heard.
All right.
Jump on the Chuckle Rocket. We're off to Planet Bustagut. Boy, that Michael Jackson sure is a snappy dresser. If he looked any sharper, he could cut a tomato or a potato or some other fruit or vegetable. What do you think?
That is easily the worst joke I ever heard.
Then you haven't heard this one about Sheryl Crow's microwave. Boy, that Sheryl Crow sure has a microwave.
All right, I don't have any time for this. I don't even want to hear where that's going.
That's the end of it, anyway.
All right, I got to bring out Mekhi Phifer.
Wouldn't you prefer... Yeah. Mekhi Phifer. Wouldn't you prefer Fakai Meifer?
Who is Fakai Meifer?
The half-drunk Tibetan ventriloquist. Get in here, Meifer.
I puke on your shoes.
All right, look, get that guy out of here. Don't you get it? I'm not buying anything from you.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the galoshes from Galashko, Doc Grandy's habit-forming root beer, the HDTV, the gut-busting jokes from Joe Crow, and a two-handed Navajo scrotal tug for $12 even.
I do not want a two-handed Navajo scrotal tug.
Fine, we'll make it four hands. Get in on the action, Meifer.
Oh, my God.
Let's get that handstand.
No, I don't want it.
Come on.
No.
Get that hand in there.
We'll take a break. Mackay Pfeiffer's here. Stick around.
Good evening, sir. Say, what's with these bright lights? I haven't been this blinded since I followed Jane Mansfield into a department store fitting room. That poor man's Monroe sure used rich man's pepper spray.
Who are you?
The name's Hannigan, and I swear on my 30-year love affair with alcohol that I'm not a traveling salesman.
Well, that's good, because I don't want to buy anything.
He said ironically.
I'm not being ironic. Get lost.
Perhaps you'd make the effort to kick me out if you weren't ashamed of your shoes. You need some of this. Doc Shiny Shoe Polish, combining black paint and mud and calling it shoe polish since 1892. Now with more goose excrement.
Goose excrement? Why would anyone buy that?
Why did my common-law wife pay a dock worker to carve an upside-down cross on my chest? Some riddles are best left unsolved.
Will you just get out of here?
Boy, you sure have your knickers in a twist. Maybe you need some new knickers like these. Doc Undies salmon-flavored jockey shorts. Repelling women and attracting grizzly bears since 1922.
Okay, I don't want my underwear to attract grizzly bears.
Ah, so you're a man who values his genitals.
Of course I value my genitals. I think everybody does.
Yes, but some of us don't learn to value our genitals until we've lost them in a Taiwanese poker game. Thought you were bluffing, General Sow.
Anyway, that's disgusting. I'm trying to do a comedy show here. Why don't you just run along?
Comedy, eh? Must be that new kind where the audience laughs on the inside. How about some gut-busting jokes from the good people at Joke Co?
Jokes? Well, I can always use some jokes. You got anything about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie?
Do I? Hop on the laugh tractor. We're off to the chuckle harvest. Boy, that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie sure are doing well financially. If they made any more money, they could list their address as Easy Street, USA. What do you think?
That was horrible.
Too highbrow, eh? How about a down and dirty Martha Stewart rib tickler from our more pedestrian Foxwood line?
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, grab a Sherpa. We're climbing Mount St. Funny. Boy, that Martha Stewart sure is well dressed. If those duds were any sharper, they could cut meat or fruit or some other food she's preparing on a television show. Sure hope she doesn't cut her finger. Cash or credit.
You know, I've been around a while. I think that's the worst joke I've ever heard in my life. I would lose all my viewers.
Let's win him back with a jingle from the good people at Jingle Co.
What, you have a jingle for the show?
Sure do. Listen up. Oh, watch this show. It's a show for you. Just ask my cat named Scratch Magoo. He lost one eye to a rusty screw. I'd marry Scratch if it weren't taboo. Hey, Congress, why don't you get off our back and let men marry cats? What do you think?
This is hard to believe, but that jingle was actually worse than your jokes.
Maybe you'd prefer this one. Oh, I've got a dog named Barks McGee who says he wants to marry me.
All right, just stop it, okay?
Well, Barks is very persuasive.
Yeah, you're obviously a very, 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 very sick man. Now, why don't you just get out?
Okay, drive a hard bargain. I'll give you a Doc Shiny shoe polish, the Bradgelina joke, the Martha Stewart showstopper, the heartwarming jingle from Jingle Co., an X-ray of my swollen, non-functioning liver, and a free pair of Doc Undies salmon-flavored briefs.
Okay, I don't want these salmon-flavored briefs.
They're not for you, they're for the bear.
What are you talking about?
Claus McGill. He likes to maim, but he loves to kill. He won't stop eating till he's had his fill. He's quite a bear, that Claus McGill. I'll be right back with Artie Lang. Evening, sir. I was just passing by and say, that's a lovely desk you have there. I haven't seen wood that nice since I passed out in Kim Novak's tool shed. That curvy ice queen sure gave me vertigo.
Who are you? Oh, wait a minute. Are you a traveling salesman?
Oh, no, that's absurd. Hannigan's the name, and I swear on the lives of my fictional children that I'm not selling anything. I just need to borrow a fire extinguisher.
A fire extinguisher? Why?
To put out my briefcase. It's full of red-hot deals.
I knew it! You are a salesman!
Actually, sales implies that I've ever actually sold something, and man implies that I didn't lose my penis in a deaf prostitute's hastily closed car trunk.
Oh, my God, that's disgusting.
Nauseated, eh? Then you need some of these. Doc Queasy's tummy tablets, taking people's minds off nausea with crippling leg pain since 1882. Now with more polio.
I'm not buying a jar full of polio.
Say, you're pretty tense. Why don't you loosen up with this? Doc ended all's relaxation pistol. Blasting away anxiety with 38 caliber tranquility pellets since 1927.
Okay, no, I am not blowing my brains out. Get out of here. I have a comedy show to do.
Comedy, eh? I heard more laughs during the Bay of Pigs invasion. How about some gut-busting jokes from the good people at Joke Co?
Okay, well, I could always use some jokes. You got any Tom Cruise, Katie Holmes jokes?
Oh, do I? Put on your wolf suit. I'm about to make you howl. Say, that Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes sure look happy. If they were any bigger lovebirds, they'd have beaks and lay eggs in a birdhouse. What do you think?
That was terrible. That was awful.
Too subtle, eh? How about a line drive laugh getter from our more accessible Jericho line?
Okay, fine. You got a joke about the new Fantastic Four movie?
Do I? Hop on the giggle ship. We're off to Chuckle Island. Boy, that Fantastic Four movie sure is highly anticipated. If it had any more buzz, it'd be a buzzsaw or a bee or a hornet or something else that buzzes. Maybe an old TV or that astronaut Buzz Aldrin. Was Buzz his real name or just a nickname? Who cares? That whole moon landing was fake anyway. Cash or credit?
I think that was the worst joke I've ever heard in my life.
Then you haven't heard this one about the combined weight of Belle Biv DeVoe.
Belle Biv DeVoe? No one's mentioned them in 15 years. Why don't you sell things people actually want?
Like what?
Well, I don't know, a nice watch or a car or something?
How about a BMW?
Wait a minute, you can get me a BMW?
Yep, a bisexual Mexican welder. Get in here, Chichi.
Now, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. This is absurd. Ridiculous. I'm sorry, but I want that guy out of here.
Give him a try. Trust me, he doesn't need that blowtorch to fire you up.
Okay, forget it. Just get out.
Okay, drive a hard bargain. I'll give you Doc Quizzy's tummy tablets, the relaxation pistol, the Tom Cruise Katie Holmes joke, the life-changing Fantastic Four knee slapper with the Buzz Aldrin tag, and a career-ending public three-way with me and Chi-Chi here for $12 even.
No!
How about $11?
You got a deal.
Hear that, Chi-Chi? I just made a sale. Grab the mayonnaise.
We'll be right back. Jason Ritter's here. Stick around.
Happy holidays, little girl. Is your daddy home?
I'm not a little girl.
Please don't be insulted. Little girl is just a metaphor I use for gullible jackass.
Now, what are you a traveling salesman?
I prefer to think of myself as a wandering nuisance. Hannigan's the name, and don't worry, I'd sooner eat puppy meat than try to sell you anything. Oh, sweet sputtering Sputnik.
Okay, what is it?
Why, those gums of yours. I haven't seen anything that red and swollen since I spanked J. Edgar Hoover's butt in a Baltimore bathhouse. You need some of this. Doc Placky's combustible mouthwash, preventing gingivitis with small contained explosions since 1968. Now with more napalm.
Okay, I'm not putting anything with napalm on my gums.
Ah, so you're a man of reason. Why not improve that mental functioning with this? Bionetics by L. Don Tubbard.
Bionetics by L. Don Tubbard. I've only heard of Dianetics by L. Ron Hubbard.
Bionetics is the book that convinces you to buy Dianetics. And while Hubbard was a prominent science fiction writer, Tubbard was convicted on 12 counts of exposing himself to the elderly.
Okay, that's disgusting. Why would anyone buy that guy's book?
Why did my prostitute mother trade me to circus freaks for an old Newsweek magazine? Some stones are best left unturned.
Well, just get the hell out of here. I'm doing a comedy show.
Comedy, eh? I've heard more laughs in Ukrainian snuff films. Sounds like you need some jokes.
Well, wait a minute. I could always use some jokes. You got anything about President Bush?
You bet. Hop on the giggle trolley. We're off to Laughs Francisco. Say, that President Bush sure has nice suits. If those threads were any sharper, you could pop balloons with them. What do you think?
That was horrible.
Too sophisticated, eh? How about a lowbrow gutbuster from our more pedestrian Pimlico line?
Okay, fine. Hey, you got one about Jessica Simpson and Nick Lachey?
Do I? Tie on your lap apron. I'm about to bake a chocolate cake. Okay. Say, that Nick and Jessica sure are celebrities. If they were any more famous, they'd be Tom Cruise or Thomas Jefferson or the Boston Strangler. Well, he wasn't really famous, just infamous. Kind of like the Green River Killer. Did they ever catch that guy, or is he still on the loose? Cash or credit?
That was probably the worst joke I've ever heard in my entire life.
Ah, then you haven't heard this one about Tyne Daly's summer home.
Who cares about Tyne Daly's summer home? Don't you have anything I might actually want for the holiday?
You like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah.
Then you'll love Randolph the Rat-Faced Redneck. Come on out, Rat-Face.
No! My God, get that freak out of here!
Give him a chance. He can forage for food, and he shrieks like a demon when cornered.
No!
Okay, drive a hard bargain. I'll give you Doc Placky's mouthwash, the Bionetics book, the rib-tickling Bush joke, the earth-shaking Nick and Jessica Topper, and a 4-hour San Quentin blanket party from Randolph and me for only $9 even.
Okay, wait a minute. What is a 4-hour San Quentin blanket party?
I'll show you. Come on, rat face, let's give it to
Hey,
him.
what the hell?
Yeah, throw the commercial, you still out there.
We'll take a break. Kevin Hart's coming up in a second. We'll be right back.
Good evening, sir. Say, this is quite a place. I haven't been this awestruck since I looked up Lana Turner's skirt at a USO fundraiser. Her mobster boy toy Johnny Stoppanato sure did a dance on my windpipe.
Who the hell are you? Wait a minute, are you a door-to-door salesman?
Actually, I usually climb in through the window. And don't worry, I'd rather eat quail eggs with Castro than try to sell you anything. Oh, sweet career-ending blacklist.
What's wrong?
Why, that razor stubble on your chin. That's more abrasive than my common-law wife's personality. You need some of this. Doc Fallout's nuclear shaving cream. Vaporizing stubble with weapons-grade uranium since 1948. It's Oppenheimerific.
Okay, that sounds incredibly dangerous.
Only to you and everything else within a 50-mile radius.
All right, well, just get it out of here, then.
Say, you're full of tension, Hitchcock. Why not unwind a little with this? Doc Cacophony's random noise generator, driving sane men to suicide since 1932.
Wait a minute, that thing makes people kill themselves? What kind of noises come out of it?
The least disturbing noise is a hippo being disemboweled by a jet ski.
Okay, why would anyone want to hear that?
Why did my glue-sniffing stepmother staple a dry-cleaning receipt to my chest?
All right, well, just get out of here, okay? I'm trying to do a comedy show.
Comedy, eh? I heard more laughs at the Jack Ruby arraignment. Sounds like you could use some jokes.
Wait a minute, I could always use more jokes. You got anything about Brokeback Mountain?
Do I? Hop on the laugh copter, I'm flying to Chuckletown. Say, that Brokeback Mountain sure is an Oscar favorite. If it were any more of a front-runner, it would need track shoes. What do you think?
That was terrible.
Too sophisticated, eh? How about a gut-busting sketch from the good people at Sketchco?
Okay, well, what kind of sketch?
Only the best political sketch ever written. It's called the Shoe Sketch. You read the part of the Shoeshine Boy, and I'll be John Q. Citizen.
Okay, hey, mister, want a shoe shine?
What I want is a third term for President Bush, the greatest man who ever lived or ever will live. Hey, look, liquid paper, end scene.
That's it? That's the whole sketch? It doesn't even make any sense.
Maybe not now, but on your drive home from work later, you'll realize exactly what it means and swerve immediately into an oncoming semi.
Okay, just don't sell anything that people might actually want. I mean, do you sell anything like that?
How about an IBM?
An IBM?
Yep, an incontinent Bavarian milkman. Get in here, Fritz.
Say, just get that guy out of here.
Hey, give him a chance. There's nothing more compelling than the scent of urine-soaked lederhosen.
No! I'm not gonna do it.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you a Doc Fallout shaving cream, Doc Cacophony's generator, the rib-tickling Brokeback Mountain joke, the trailblazing shoe sketch, and a 3-hour Crisco oil rub-down for me and the Bavarian pea fountain here for just $12 even.
Forget it. I don't want a 3-hour Crisco oil rub down.
Okay, then we'll make it 4 hours. Come on, Fritz, let's grease up this bird.
We'll take a break. Neil Long's here. Stick around, Neil Long. I want him to go. I don't want him to go. No. You like some?
Good evening, sir. Say, swanky place you got here. I haven't been this slack-jawed since Cassius Clay knocked out Sonny Liston in Miami. That charismatic motormouth sure gave old ex-con Sonny the rope-a-dope.
Who the hell are you? Are you a traveling salesman?
A common assumption, given my cheap suit and off-putting personality. But don't worry, I'm just here to report a mad slasher.
A mad slasher?
Yeah, he slashed the prices on the items I have in this briefcase, and now the bargains are totally criminal.
Okay. You are a salesman. Look, I don't want to buy anything.
Say, you're pretty irritable. Must be those red swollen gums of yours. You could use some of this. Doc Waxy's dental floss, used by mafia hitmen to strangle informants since 1922.
No, thanks.
Perhaps you'd prefer the unwaxed variety that was used as tripwire and Viacong booby traps.
Okay, why would anyone buy that stuff?
Why did my one-legged stepfather pay a defrocked priest to pour milk on his chest? Some stones are best left unturned.
Okay, that's very disturbing.
Disturbing indeed, but perhaps you could come up with some even harsher adjectives with this. The American Heritage Rictionary.
Okay, don't you mean dictionary?
Oh, the dictionary's fine if you want universally accepted word definitions. But if you prefer glaringly inaccurate definitions scrawled in urine by my glue-sniffing half-brother Rick, then it's Rictionary all the way.
All right, I'll stick with the dictionary.
Say, you're pretty stubborn. And according to Rick, that means you're a large-breasted gargoyle that lives in his oatmeal.
Would you just get lost? I'm trying to do a comedy show.
Comedy, eh? Must be that new kind where the laughs sound like yawns. You could use some jokes.
All right, well, you know, I could always use new jokes. So you got any about President Bush?
Do I? Vacuum the carpet. I'm about to make you roll. Say, that President Bush sure has nice hair. If that mane were any wavier, we'd all need surfboards. What do you think?
That was terrible.
Oh, too edgy, eh? How How about a more accessible Kevin Federline rib tickler from our mainstream Jacoby line?
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, put on your chuckle cape. We're off to Laugh-Sylvania. Boy, that Kevin Federline sure is talented. If he rapped any better, he could get a job wrapping presents or sandwiches or sprained ankles. Sprained ankles get wrapped, don't they? Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't need a cast for those. Cash or layaway?
Neither. That's the worst joke I've ever heard.
Then you haven't heard this one about William H. Macy's humidifier. Boy, that William H. Macy sure has a humidifier.
Okay, stop it.
Well, he has one, I'm told.
Don't you have anything I might actually want?
How about an SUV?
An SUV?
Yep, a suicidal, unsociable Viking. Get out here, Garrett.
All right, listen. Get the suicidal Viking out of here.
Are you sure? Before he blows his brains out, he can loot an Anglo-Saxon monastery for you.
No.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you Doc Waxy's dental floss, the Rictionary, the gut-busting bush joke, the much-imitated Federline knee slapper, the suicidal unsociable Viking, and a 3-hour Scandinavian genital stomp for just $12 even.
Okay, what the hell is a 3-hour Scandinavian genital stomp?
We'll show you. Yerrick, I'll take off his pants and you jump on his package.
Oh, for God's sake.
Let's get it going.
No, get out of here. Take a break. We'll be right back.
Pardon me, miss. Can I please use your phone?
Yeah, I'm not a miss.
My apologies, ma'am. With that plain Jane kisser of yours, I figured no man would marry you.
I'm a man. Oh, what are you, a traveling salesman?
You couldn't be more wrong, sir. Why, I'd sooner skin a live wildebeest than try to sell you anything. No, I just need your phone to report a crime to police.
Oh, really? Yeah, well, what kind of crime?
You'll find out soon enough, Curious George. Hello, police. I want to report a robbery. My competitors' high prices are robbing customers of their hard-earned cash. What's that? Just keep saving the money myself on top-quality merchandise? Can do, boys in blue.
Okay, you are a salesman. All right, well, we'll just get lost. I don't want to buy anything.
Say, you're cranky. Of course, I would be too if my teeth were falling out of my face.
My teeth aren't falling out.
Are you kidding? I haven't seen decay like that since my Goomba neighbors dug up Jimmy Hoffa. You could use one of these. Doc Placky's bristleless toothbrush, gliding pointlessly across people's gums since 1922.
Okay, what could I do with a bristleless toothbrush?
Do what my mother did, sharpen the tip and use it as a prison shank.
Your mother was in prison?
Only for 70% of her life. She gave birth to me in there after getting knocked up by a one-legged janitor. I tracked the man down several years ago and got a fatherly punch in the throat.
Wow, that's really depressing.
Now, as depressing as your unsightly razor stubble, you could use some of this. Doc Scaldi's sulfuric shaving cream. Removing whiskers and the skin and muscle tissue beneath them since 1892.
Wait a minute, it burns your skin off?
The new extra strength version burns right through your skull.
Okay, why do you sell that stuff?
Why did my narcoleptic ex-wife have a tattoo of Pol Pot on her face?
Okay, I don't care. Just leave. I'm doing a comedy show here.
Comedy, eh? I heard more laughs when the Berlin Wall went up. Sounds like you could use some jokes.
Well, I could always use some jokes. Got anything about Congressman Foley?
Oh, do I? Hop on the Laugh-Copter and I'll fly you to Chuckletown. Say, that Congressman Foley sure has nice hair. If that mane were any wider, it would need a ski lift. What do you think?
That was horrible. You didn't even mention Foley's email scandal.
Oh, you like them ripped from the headlines, eh? How about a highly relevant Iraq joke from our hard-hitting Pimlico line?
Fine. Go ahead.
Okay, call the king's horses, Humpty Dumpty. I'm about to crack you up. Boy, that Iraq sure rhymes with Big Mac, and also with track, crack, and shellac. Hey, what is shellac anyway? Some kind of glue? That's what my friend Arnie told me before he got hit by that turnip truck. Too bad he didn't have life insurance. Cash or layaway?
Neither. That has to be the worst joke ever written.
No, that would be this one about Frank Langella's juice machine. Boy, that Frank Langella sure has a juice machine.
Okay, just stop, all right?
It's state of the art.
Stop. You obviously have nothing I could possibly want from my show.
How about Guns N' Roses?
The rock band Guns N' Roses?
No, 2 unregistered pistols and some flowers I stole at the cemetery.
You robbed someone's grave?
It was one of those pistols that made that grave necessary.
Okay, that's it. I'm calling the cops right now.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you the bristleless toothbrush, the sulfuric shaving cream, the rib-tickling Foley joke, the edgy Iraq knee slapper, the Guns N' Roses, and a full-service Bosnian nipple trim for just $12 even.
What the hell is a full-service Bosnian nipple trim?
I'll show you. You take off your shirt, and I'll break out the rusty hedge clippers.
Oh, for God's sake. We'll take a break. We're going to take a break. Ariel Kebbel. All right, I guess so. Let's go.
Good evening, sir. Say, heck of a place you got here. I haven't been this slack-jawed since I saw Jane Russell in The Outlaw. That buxom brunette sure had my peepers popping.
Who the hell are you?
Hannigan's the name, and sales is the game.
Okay, you're a salesman? Because, you should just get lost. I don't really want to buy anything.
All the proceeds go to charity.
Okay, what charity?
Good question. I probably should have thought about that before I lied about the money going to charity.
So there is no charity?
Say, you're a sharp one, and you look even sharper with this. Doc Studley's Aftershave. Sprinkling oregano into paint thinner and calling it aftershave since 1932.
Okay, just do me a favor. Get that stuff away from me, all right?
Say, you're crankier than Rock Hudson in a sorority house. Maybe this inspirational book will lighten your mood. Wednesdays with Corey.
Okay, Wednesdays with Corey. Is that anything like Tuesdays with Maury?
Oh, Tuesdays with Maury is fine if you want life-affirming pearls of wisdom from an elderly philosopher. But if you prefer first-hand accounts of sniffing glue in a Red Lobster parking lot with washed-up child star Corey Feldman, then it's Wednesdays with Corey to the rescue.
Okay, well, can't you see him doing a comedy show here?
Comedy, eh? Must be that newfangled kind where you don't go for laughs. Sounds like you could use some jokes.
Yeah, I can always use some jokes. You got anything about President Bush?
Do I? Strap on a girdle, you're about to bust a gut. Boy, that President Bush sure has shiny shoes. If they were any more reflective, we could all brush our teeth in them. What do you think?
Okay, that was terrible. That was horrible.
Too groundbreaking, eh? How about a Paris Hilton rib tickler from our more cowardly Pimlico line?
All right, go ahead.
Okay, put on your giggle turban. We're off to Afghanistan. Boy, that Paris Hilton sure has long legs. If those gams were any longer, you could run a flag up them. Of course, if there was a national tragedy, you'd have to lower it down to her knees. That's what they do with a flag, right? My ex-brother-in-law would know. He works for the post office. Cash or credit?
That didn't even make sense. Look, you obviously have nothing I could possibly want.
You like the PlayStation 3?
You have a PlayStation 3?
Of course not, but I do have this gay Haitian lead.
All right, get that guy out of here.
Are you sure? He's all the rage of the Port-au-Prince bathhouses.
I said no.
Okay, you drive a hard bargain. I'll give you Doc Studley's Aftershave, Wednesdays with Corey, the Trailblazing Bush Joke, the Paris Hilton Head Scratcher, and a New England clam chowder sponge bath from me and Gay Haitian Lee for just $12 even.
Okay, I don't want a New England clam chowder sponge bath.
Fine, you can give me one. Come on, Lee. You hold the chowder, and I'll dunk the sponge in.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right
Let's
back.
go.
Tiki Barber's here.